All right, folks, welcome back to the Tennishead YouTube channel. I'm Stephen Boughton, your host, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about the rankings. Daniil Medvedev has broken into the top two, breaking a massive streak on the ATP. We're going to get into that, and we're also going to talk about, is the ranking system, the current 2021 ranking system, fair? A lot of players have expressed frustration about that. We're going to get into who that is, what they've said, and we're going to take a look at what the rankings would be if it was a normal year and if we were only taking into account the last 12 months like normal. So let's get into it here on Tennishead. Well, thanks for being here, folks. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel. And also check out the Tennishead CLUB on tennishead.net. You get this magazine, the Tennishead magazine. It's beautiful. Daniil Medvedev. We're going to be talking about him today. You also get a lot of other perks like a head-to-toe Asics tennis outfit. You get video lessons from the likes of Boris Becker and just multitudes of other perks. So check that out. The link is below. So in the last year and a bit, obviously we've been living through incredibly new times as far as things happening that we've never seen before, and it's affected the sports world big time. As we all know, the ATP Tour got shut down for a time, and that's affected the ranking systems because the ATP had to figure out how to make the ranking systems continue on through that, how to make it fair for everyone, how to not, make things happen that wouldn't normally happen just because of the pandemic. So it's been, to put it lightly, a massive undertaking by the ATP to keep the rankings going, and they've had to change a lot of things. So that has resulted in some players expressing frustration that they haven't moved up in the rankings as they feel they should. For example, Alexander Zverev said, "I am Roger Federer's biggest fan, but he hasn't played in a year and is above me in the rankings. I played a Grand Slam final, a Masters final, and won 2 tournaments. Right now, the system is a mess. The rankings doesn't really matter to me, and with the system we have now, I should be in the top 5, top 4 in the world in the normal system, but the system we have right now is a bit absurd." Strong words from Sasha Zverev. Do you think they're warranted? If you'd been battling for, and doing as well as he says he is, you might expect to be a little higher, but it is super good competition as always on the ATP Tour. So what do you think about Sasha's comments? Andrei Rublev been super hot in the ATP 500 level. It was like on a 21 match win streak until the filming of this video. He said, "If we would have had the normal system, I would be like number 4 in the world, I think. So what do you think is better for me, to be number 8 or number 4? With the system we're having now, for me, it's much tougher to be number 4. So a little bit more muted, a little bit more like, look, and he's right. If the system was normal, I'd be number 4, but I'm actually number 8. So he doesn't think that's awesome either, but both guys are going to keep playing hard. But do you know exactly how the system is working right now? Because it's pretty confusing, but we have it here for you here. So the current system includes the 19, their last basically 19 tournaments plus the ATP finals for ATP players. So they get all of their points from the last 4 majors, the last 8 Masters 1000s, and the 7 best other tournaments that they've played. So it's an accumulation of all those points, but that can go back to the year 2019 to pull in points into that system. And normally, as you would know, they only take the points from the last 12 months of the calendar year. So the last 52 weeks. So if it was like normal, this is what the standings would look like right now. There'd be a lot less points in the whole system than normal. But we still have Novak Djokovic on top, 5,830 points. But Daniil Medvedev is right behind him at 5,585. So that reflects the current rankings right now. As we'll get into, Daniil Medvedev has broken into the top 2. But then Andrei Rublev would actually be number 3. Rafael Nadal, number 4. Dominic Thiem, number 5. Zverev, number 6. So Zverev's actually wrong there. He wouldn't be in the top 4 or 5. Stefanos Tsitsipas, number 7. Diego Schwartzman, number 8. And Roger Federer, nowhere to be seen, which makes sense because he hasn't played in the last 12 months. So this is what the rankings would look like if they just took the last 12 months into account. But they haven't done that. They include 19 tournaments plus the ATP finals. What do you guys think is fair? Do you think it's fair the way they have it set up, or should they have it like this, just the last 12 months? It doesn't matter if there's not been that many tournaments played. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. And as we have said, Daniil Medvedev, the Russian giant, has broken into the top 2, breaking a 15-year streak on the big 4 holding the top 2 spots. Here's a look at other players throughout the last 15 years who have been very close to breaking in the top 2, but have not been able to secure that elusive second place in the world rankings because the big 4 have guarded it like princes at a castle. Warriors at a castle? Not sure. But here's a look at the other guys who have gotten close. First up, we have David Nalbandian, who reached number 3 at the 20th of March in 2006. That was in the middle of Roger Federer's dominance and prime, and he was at number 3. David Nalbandian was an absolute monster back in the day. Ivan Lubicic, Federer's coach now, reached number 3, 1st of May 2006. Obviously, he's well known now for coaching Roger Federer, but he was a great player back in the day. Nikolai Davydenko also reached number 3 on the 6th of November 2006. A few different guys in 2006 reaching number 3. And then we had David Ferrer. The next person was in July 2013. David Ferrer reached number 3. He, as you know, he made the French Open final, losing to Nadal. Just a great player overall. So it kind of makes sense that he was up that high, but was not able to break into the number 2 spot. Then we had Stan Wawrinka reach world number 3 on the 27th of January 2014. Came into amazing form there, but still somehow after winning 3 slams over the next few years wasn't able to break into the top 2. As you can see, it's extremely hard. And then we have Canadian Milos Raonic breaking into the top 3, getting the 3rd spot on the 21st of November 2016. As you know, he made the Wimbledon final that year, beating Federer and then losing to Andy Murray. We had Zverev reaching number 3 November 2017. We had Grigor Dimitrov reaching number 3 also November 2017, a bit of shuffling going on there. And then we had also Marin Cilic reaching number 3 on the 29th of January 2018. As you know, he made the final Wimbledon 2017, final of Australian Open 2018. Very good run of form there. And then we had Juan Martín del Potro when he wasn't injured. He made number 3 on the 13th of August later that year in 2018. And then Dominic Thiem is the most recent player to reach number 3 other than Daniil Medvedev on the 2nd of March 2020. So there's been a long list of absolutely amazing players like we've seen, like I just listed. Those guys are all world class. Like a lot of them will be Hall of Fame players. Reaching number 3, weren't able to break into the number 2. But Daniil Medvedev has been able to break into the world number 2, and he's done it without securing a major championship, which is quite unbelievable. So I think it has a lot to do with the extended ranking systems that they have now, like we just talked about. That's helped him get in there. But he also won the ATP finals, which is 1,500 points. So that's a big deal for sure. And he's won a couple Masters 1000. So Daniil Medvedev, world number 2. What do you think about the ranking systems? Is it fair right now? Let us know. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button. And thank you for watching the Tennis Head YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.